Although our principal, Ms. Hopkins, will provide a more formal welcome, on behalf of our Army JRTC program, my name is Cadet Major Deliana Arizari, and it is my pleasure to welcome veterans, guests, administrators, teachers, staff, and students. We would like to thank all those involved in making this assembly a success. Mr. Truzani in maintenance for the setup, Mr. Bach in TV20, Ms. Pagan for setting up the food for our veterans prior to the ceremony, Mr. Pappas for the programs, Ms. Hall for the PowerPoint presentation, and Mr. Civic for the musicians. This Saturday, November 11th, is Veterans Day. It is a day set aside to honor the sacrifices that our veterans and their families have made. This assembly is in honor of our veterans, but also a reminder for all of us that we are all to remember and never forget the sacrifices of our veterans and their families. Now, please stand to your feet as we honor the American flag. The color guard is commanded by Cadet Major Alyssa Hall. The national anthem played by Lorain High School's Wind Ensemble. After the colors are posted, remain standing while Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Daniel Seaman leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance to our American flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hey, forward, march.
You may be seated. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce the Lorain High School principal, Ms. Hopkins.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you. First of all, it is my honor and my pleasure to be here among such a distinguished group of people. We are so honored in this country to have a military that serves and protects us, not only just abroad, but here at home. And considering all the things that happen, it is just such a pleasure when I think about you and what you do for us and how you allow me to sleep at night just knowing that we are protected. So I would like to thank you. I'd like to welcome you to our facility where we are Titans and we are proud to salute you. We here at Lorain High always talk about being timely. Our motto is timely, invested, tolerant, accountable. But the noble piece is the piece that I think about when I think of our veterans. It's about our character. It's about who we are when no one's looking and what we're doing when no one can see the things that we're doing each and every day. So just officially on behalf of the administrative team, the staff, and all of our students, just take this opportunity to thank you. And again, welcome and thank you for your service.
Thank you, ma'am. Students from Ms. Hall's theater class will now present a selection of essays and poems along with the patriotic slideshow.
Veterans Day doesn't get the pomp and circumstance of some other holiday. But every year on November 11th, we as Americans take the time to recognize the heroes among us. They are the men and women who served in our armed forces. They are the veterans of the United States military. How do you say thank you to millions of people who have given up years away from friends and family? Pay tribute to people who have risked life and limb so that we can live in the land of the free. You start by gathering them together and letting them know you are aware of the sacrifices they have made and are humbled to be in their presence. I stand before you respectfully to say thank you for my freedom.
It is the veteran, not the preacher, who has given us the freedom of religion. It is the veteran, not the reporter, who has given us freedom of the press. It is the veteran, not the poet, who has given us freedom of speech. It is the veteran, not the campus organizer, who has given us freedom to assemble. It is the veteran, not the lawyer, who has given us the right to a fair trial. It is the veteran, not the politician, who has given us the right to vote. It's the general public, not the veteran, that owes a debt of gratitude to the brave men and women who have served our country.
Thank you for stepping forward when others step back. Thank you for placing yourself between us and danger. Thank you for delaying plans for college, marriage, and other opportunities and choosing to serve. Thank you for braving the unspeakable horrors of war. Thank you for sacrificing time with your family and missing those milestones the rest of us take for granted. Thank you to your spouses who find themselves living nomadic lives, often far away from the support of loved ones. Thank you to your children who accept your absence as a way of life and understand they share you with a nation and sometimes the world. Thank you to your parents who have nothing but prayers to protect you and must now trust you will be safe and that we will offer the best we have to you. Thank you for continuing your support to once our country you leave military service by following new careers and becoming teachers, clergy, business owners, employees, pilots, and civil servants, and so much more that we need to be a successful society. Thank you for involving yourself in local communities, your state, and your country, helping us to solve problems and to create a vision for our future using the skills you learned during your tour of duty. Thank you for being a conscience to our nation. Thank you for serving as a heroic example of who we are and what we can dream to be. Thank you for your service.
A veteran is a person who fell in love with their country, for better or worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health. A veteran is a person who is willing to lay down their life for the Statue of Liberty so that her poor, her huddled masses, her homeless, her tempest-tossed may breathe free and may enjoy life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. A veteran is a person who does what he or she must in spite of personal consequences, in spite of obstacles, dangers, and pursuers. For that is the basis of all human morality. A veteran is one who gets a lump in their throat when he or she sees our beloved flag. One who will fight to protect our beautiful flag from those who dare to dishonor it. A veteran is one who pays their taxes willingly, serves their country honorably, and cherishes their freedom passionately. A veteran is one well deserving of our appreciation, our love, and our prayers 365 days a year.
I was a proud veteran that served my country well. To those that will listen, I had many stories to tell. We fought for America's freedom in faraway places on foreign land. Wherever the battle for democracy raged, America's finest made a stand. We fought for your future and the right to remain free, for we saw what freedom means to those not blessed with liberty. For you and yours, we would gladly have given our life. We faced fears and perils of battle. We braved endless turmoil and strife. Please remember us veterans and the sacrifices we made for you. And please share the blessing of freedom, proudly wave the red, white, and blue.
On Veterans Day, we honor all who answered to a service call. Soldiers young and soldiers old fought for freedom, brave and bold. Some have lived while others died, and all of them deserve our pride. We're proud of all the soldiers who kept thinking of the red, white, and blue. They fought for us and our rights. They fought through many days and nights. And though we may not know each name, we thank all veterans just the same.
If someone has done military service, they earn the title veteran and more. They earn our deep respect and admiration. That they are special, no one can ignore. They sacrifice the comforts we enjoy. The list is long and of all the things they give. Our veterans are extraordinary people. They're loyal, dedicated, true, and brave. When terror and invasion are real threats, they showed us they could handle any storm. We owe our freedoms and our very lives to our veterans who served in uniform. Our veterans should be celebrities. They're exceptional. No other group compares. We're grateful for the many things they've done. They're always in our hearts and in our prayers. We owe our veterans support and friendship. Let no one ever question their worth. These men and women served us and our country. our veterans, the very best on earth.
When America had an urgent need, these brave ones raised a hand. No hesitation held them back. They were proud to take a stand. They left their friends and family. They gave up normal lives. To serve their country and their God, they plowed into the strife. They fought for freedom and for peace on strange and foreign shores. Some lost new friends, some lost their lives in long and brutal wars. Other veterans answered a call to support the ones who fought. Their country had requirements for the essential skills they brought. We salute every one of them, the noble and the brave, the ones still with us here today, and those who rest in a grave. So here's to our country's heroes. They're a cut above the rest. Let us give honor that is due to our country's very best.
Remember, our flag does not fly because the wind moves it. It flies for the last breath of every soldier who died defending it.
Thank you to Ms. Hall's class for that. At this time, the JROTC Honor Guard, commanded by Cadet Captain Sam DeAndrea, will now present the Prisoner of War Missing in Action ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, the Lorain High School Army Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps Honor Guard, under the command of Cadet Captain Sam DeAndrea, will now present the Prisoner of War Missing in Action ceremony. The other members of the Honor Guard are Cadet Captain Matt Gammon, Cadet Major Alyssa Hall, Cadet Command Sergeant Major Sandra Marrero, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Daniel Seaman, and I am Cadet Captain Cheyenne Sowards. It is an honor and privilege to introduce and acknowledge this table. This table represents and pays tribute to all of the prisoners of war, missing in action, and killed in action from American involvement in World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, Grenada, the Persian Gulf Desert Storm, Operation Iraqi Freedom, Operation Enduring Freedom in Afghanistan, and more. Many of you have looked at this table and wondered. Let me explain. This table, set for 5, symbolizes the frailty of the prisoners against their oppressors. Remember, the tablecloth is white, symbolizing the purity of their country's call to arms. Remember, the single candle displayed at the center of the table is symbolic of the families and loved ones who kept up the faith, waiting for the return of those so dear to them. Remember, the yellow ribbon, tied so prominently on the candle, symbolizes our continued uncertainty and hope for their return and determination to account for them. Countless bear witness and demand for a proper accounting of our missing. Remember, the lemon on the bread plate reminds us of their bitter fate. Remember, there is salt on the bread plate, symbolic of the tears of the families as they still wait for their loved ones to return. Remember, the glasses are inverted. They cannot toast with us tonight. Remember, the chairs are empty. They are not here. Remember, all of you who have served with them and called them brothers and sisters, who depended upon their might and their aid and relied upon them, remember them, for surely they have not forgotten you.
In for hey.
The story must be told of valor and bold. Let them write it down in history. The young soldier cries for his comrades who died, fighting for a cause that they believe. But nobody's seen or heard a sound. There was no parade or downtown. We found the last of the night, standing by the wall of fallen heroes. Tell them others that the sons are marching in the sky. Tell them that the soldiers of the fatherland. Please tell them so they know. Tell them that they're soldiers of the night. The wounds will never heal, and the fears that they feel. Let the scar for all the world to see. But the eagle will always fly. Those men fall and die, and these lights will always overtake. But nobody's seen or heard a sound. There was no parade or downtown. We found the last of the land, standing by the wall of fallen heroes. We realized that the sons are marching in the sky. Tell them that they're soldiers of the fatherland. Please tell them so they know. Tell them that they're soldiers of the fatherland. Standing by the wall of fallen heroes. Tell their parents that their sons are marching in the sky. Tell them that they're soldiers of the fatherland. Please tell them so they know. Tell them that they're soldiers of the fatherland.
Good morning, veterans, families, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Cadet Captain Cheyenne Sowers. On behalf of our Chief Executive Officer, David Hardy Jr., our principal, Mrs. Robin Hopkins, and the Lorain High School Army Junior ROTC Honor Guard, under the direction of Lieutenant Dennis Owen and First Sergeant Sam Obici, we are honored to be here at this special event. Our veterans in attendance, thank you for your service and sacrifice to a nation's defense and freedom. This Saturday, November 11th, is Veterans Day, a day and time for us to pause and reflect on the contributions our veterans have made in honor of our fallen comrades and all of those who have gave the ultimate sacrifice and defense for our country's freedom. American revolutionary Thomas Paine wrote in his pamphlet, Common Sense, "It is not in numbers, but in unity, that our greatest strength lies." Those words are as true as they are today as they were in 1776. The unity, that is America, springs from one cause, freedom. Generation after generation of Americans have stepped forward to defend our freedom and to preserve the founding principles of this great nation. From Valley Forge to Vietnam, from Kuwait to Kandahar, from Berlin to Baghdad, these patriots have stood watch over America's peace when necessary and have borne the cost of our country's wars. There are more than 24 million living veterans that are among our nation's finest citizens. They have served our country and continue to serve our communities. Throughout this presentation, we honor all the veterans and their solemn pledge to defend our freedom. We defend and uphold the legacy by teaching younger generations about the role in securing the blessings of our liberties and about how the veterans' courage and sacrifice has shaped our nation's history. In addition, we would like to thank the United States Armed Forces and their families for their dedication, sacrifice, and service to our country. Let us remember those deployed on foreign soil in harm's way, standing watch on point for our nation around the world. Please pray for our servicemen and women for a safe return home and continued support them in their mission on the global war on terrorism and protecting our nation's freedom. God bless America, and let us never forget.
Thank you, Honor Guard, for that. Shortly, we will observe a moment of silence, followed by the playing of echo taps by Kyle Zatt and David Merchant. Although taps was originally played as a bugle call at the end of each day, it is now customarily played at burials and memorial services. To accompany the lowering of the flag and to signify the end of one's life given in the sacrifice of their country. Today is played to honor our living veterans and the sacrifices you have made. Thank you for attending our Veterans Day Assembly and thank you for your service. Upon completion of taps, I ask that all students quietly follow the instruction of your teachers in returning back to your classes. Please stand to your feet.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools TV 20 WLCS.